8 seconds. That is all it took to erase 6 months of pure magic and history. On October 4th, 2019, SmackDown debuted on Fox, but instead of a classic main event, fans got a total squash. Why did WWE build Kofi Kingston up for half a year only to destroy him in seconds? The answer goes way deeper than a single match. To understand what really happened, we have to go back to early 2019 when nobody expected Kofi Kingston to reach the main event. For 11 years, Kofi had been the ultimate reliable worker. Mid-card titles, tag team success, but never the big one. Then came the gauntlet match in February 2019. Kofi replaced an injured Mustafa Ali and wrestled for over an hour. The fans erupted. The organic wave known as Kofi Mania took over WWE television, leaving management with no choice. At WrestleMania 35, Kofi achieved the impossible, defeating Daniel Bryan to capture his first WWE Championship. It was a historic, emotional payoff. Kofi became the first African-born WWE champion in the company's history. For 6 months, Kofi was not just a transitional champion. He defended the title against major stars like Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe. He even defeated Randy Orton, settling a real-life 10-year storyline rivalry on a major pay-per-view stage. By September 2019, Kofi Kingston had held the WWE Championship for 180 solid days. He looked completely unshakable. But behind the scenes, a major television deal was about to change the entire landscape of WWE. WWE signed a massive billion-dollar deal to move SmackDown from the USA Network over to network television on Fox. Fox executive leadership wanted real mainstream attraction. They wanted names that casual sports fans recognized instantly. And in Vince McMahon's mind, there was one star who screamed mainstream legitimacy above everyone else: Brock Lesnar. Lesnar was a former UFC heavyweight champion and a proven pay-per-view draw. To network executives, he was the real deal. On September 17, 2019, Brock Lesnar made a surprise return to SmackDown to challenge Kofi Kingston for the premiere episode on Fox. Kofi, acting as a proud babyface champion, did not back down. He accepted the challenge immediately. Fans expected a competitive, hard-fought match. After all, Kofi had beaten every threat put in front of him for 6 months. But behind closed doors, Vince McMahon had already made his mind about how the Fox era needed to kick off. Reports later revealed that Vince wanted a dominant spectacle to show Fox viewers that Brock Lesnar was an unstoppable monster. The plan wasn't just for Brock to win. The plan was for Brock to completely demolish the champion without taking a single hit. Did Kofi fight back against the idea? According to interviews, Kofi was a consummate professional who accepted the creative call. Kofi understood how WWE operated. When the boss makes a decision for a major network debut, you execute it. October 4th arrived. The Staples Center in Los Angeles was packed, and millions were tuning in on Fox. Kofi walked down the ramp with Big E and Xavier Woods, bringing the classic New Day energy to the ring. Then the music hit. Brock Lesnar walked out with Paul Heyman, focused and looking ready for business. The bell rang. Kofi Kingston immediately charged across the ring, jumping straight at Lesnar for a high-flying attack. Brock caught him in midair. In one fluid motion, Lesnar scooped Kofi up onto his shoulders. 1 F5. Brock slammed Kofi onto the mat, hooked the leg, and got the 3 count. 1, 2, 3. Just like that, in 8 official seconds, Kofi Mania was brought to an abrupt and shocking end. The arena went silent. Fans in attendance and watching at home were stunned by how fast it happened. But the match wasn't just about ending Kofi's reign, it was immediately used to set up a brand new storyline. Immediately after the pinfall, Rey Mysterio's music hit, bringing out former UFC heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez. Velasquez was the man who had defeated Brock Lesnar back in UFC back in 2010. WWE wanted to recreate that mainstream rivalry. This revealed the true corporate strategy. Kofi's title was sacrificed to immediately launch Lesnar versus Velasquez for Crown Jewel. WWE prioritized a massive crossover combat sports headline over continuing Kofi Kingston's organic championship run. What frustrated fans the most was not just the loss, but the complete lack of a follow-up story for Kofi. In traditional wrestling storytelling, a beloved long-term champion who gets dethroned gets an immediate rematch. Instead, Kofi was instantly pushed right back into the tag team division, carrying pancakes and smiling the very next week. It was as if the 180-day WWE Championship reign had been completely erased from storylines overnight. Why did WWE decide against giving Kofi a rematch or even a proper feud with Lesnar? First, WWE wanted to avoid Brock Lesnar looking vulnerable against smaller opponents before his match with Cain Velasquez. If Kofi had a long, competitive 15-minute match with Brock, it would have weakened Lesnar's aura of unstoppable destruction. Second, Vince McMahon historically views certain wrestlers as tag team specialists or mid-card stars, regardless of fan reactions. In Vince's eyes, Kofi Mania was a great special moment for WrestleMania, but not the long-term franchise centerpiece for Fox. Years later, Kofi Kingston spoke openly about the match in various media interviews, giving fans insight into his mindset. Kofi admitted that he wished the match had gone differently and lasted longer, but noted that he does not control creative booking. "You show up to work and you do your job to the best of your ability," Kofi explained regarding the 8-second decision. His New Day teammates, Big E and Xavier Woods, were far more outspoken on their podcast about their frustration with the booking. They felt that after everything Kofi put in for 6 months, he deserved a main event match that showcased his resilience. The fan reaction online was immediate and fierce. Social media exploded with criticism directed at WWE's booking team. Many wrestling analysts argued that the 8-second squash damaged the prestige of the WWE Championship itself. If a long-reigning champion could be destroyed in 8 seconds without landing a punch, what did that say about his previous opponents? Despite the controversy, the Fox premiere of SmackDown was a ratings success, drawing nearly 4 million viewers. To WWE management, the gamble worked. Brock Lesnar brought the mainstream eyes that network executives wanted. However, the Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez storyline that caused Kofi's squash ended up being a disappointment. Their match at Crown Jewel lasted under 5 minutes, and Cain Velasquez was quietly released by WWE shortly after. This made Kofi's sacrifice look even more unnecessary to wrestling fans in hindsight. Yet, Kofi Kingston showed remarkable resilience. Instead of complaining publicly, he continued to be a loyal pillar of WWE. He re-established himself as a cornerstone of the tag team division, winning multiple tag team titles alongside the New Day. Big E would later go on to win the WWE Championship himself in 2021, proving the long-term star power of the New Day group. Kofi was right there celebrating Big E's win with genuine joy, proving how unselfish he truly was as a performer. The story of Kofi Kingston's title loss serves as a major case study in modern professional wrestling booking. It highlights the constant battle between organic fan passion and corporate broadcast priorities in big-budget entertainment. When corporate interests demand immediate, shocking ratings, organic, long-term storytelling often takes a back seat. Yet nothing can strip away what Kofi Kingston accomplished during those magical 6 months leading up to WrestleMania 35. He proved that an 11-year veteran could overcome corporate skepticism and reach the absolute pinnacle of the business. His title reign inspired millions of fans worldwide who felt represented and heard by WWE for the very first time. The 8-second match against Brock Lesnar will always remain a controversial footnote in WWE history. It serves as a stark reminder of how quickly circumstances can change at the very top of professional wrestling.
So while the loss was painful and sudden, Kofimania itself can never be erased by bad booking or fast decisions. Kofi Kingston earned his place in history, proving that real legacy isn't measured in seconds, but in the impact you leave behind. What did you think of WWE's decision to end Kofi Mania in 8 seconds? Let us know in the comments below.